I thought it might be a fitting opening to find this sense of just noticing how awesome it is that we have 2 feet to step onto the mat with, or even one good foot. I'll take it. It is good to have feet, and it is good to, for a moment, be grateful for everything that the feet do for us and everywhere that they take us. And so today we'll be building our practice from our feet, starting from the foundation, beginning with our Sun Salutations. We'll open with 5 Sun Salutation A's. Inhaling to lift. And exhaling into our bow. 1 breath for every motion. As we exhale down, step or float back into our plank. And lower down for chaturanga. Taking our cobra, keeping it a low cobra, tucking our toes behind us, and pushing our tailbone up to the sky as the shoulders are worn onto the backs of the earlobes. Thich Nhat Hanh tells us that we should walk as though every step is kissing the earth. So let's keep that thought in mind as we step or float top of the mat. Gracing the mat with our feet. We can look up into our monkey pose, Ardha Uttanasana, lengthening the spine, and then bowing. Inhaling our way back up to the top. Hands to our heart. Finding a strong mountain pose, lifting up through the top of the head. We're going to find 4 more of the A variation. Move at your own pace with your own breath. Each inhale looks up. The exhale bows. Step, float, or hop your way in the plank. Exhale, lowering down for chaturanga. Inhaling up into our cobra. Get low, pulling the heart forwards, feeling the core tighten to pull the back muscles together, isometrically engaging everything in the center, and pushing back into our down dog. We get 2 more breaths here. Step or float or hop, finding the top of the mat. Looking up and bowing. Take special notice of the space beneath your feet as we rise up tall. And the more that you push into the mat beneath your feet, the taller you can rise. We'll bring our hands to our heart and bow. Inhaling to look up. And bowing, gracing the mat with our fingers, the weight behind the knuckles and fingertips. Finding your way to plank, lowering down for our chaturanga. Pulling those hands together, keeping the back flat until we find the back bend. When we do this time, really lift the top of the head all the way back to the heels, pulling the heart forward. And then tucking the toes and pushing back into our dog. On the 5th breath, feel the springiness between the toes. Feel it gently grace the mat to the top. And special notice of the earth beneath us as we rise. Putting our hands at our heart, strong mountain pose. We have 2 eggs left. Inhale to lengthen, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale to bow Uttanasana. Place the weight behind the knuckles. Step, float, or hop your way back. Lower down Chaturanga Dandasana. Feeling the muscle behind between the shoulder blades. Pulling the heart forwards. And cocking our toes behind us. Pushing back, finding the down dog. Lifting through the mid-back muscles. Pulling towards the tailbone of the lift. And find the space where your heels can very gently grace the mat. Feel your weight evenly balanced between your hands and feet. And you bend the knees and shift all to the hands as we float or jump forwards. Inhaling to look up. Exhaling to bow. And rising up tall. Urdhva Hastasana, lift a little bit taller. Keeping those elbows straight. We'll bring our hands to our heart. Last Sun Salutation A. We're keeping them simple so that we can find a rhythm and a flow. Adding only the modifications that you might need. If you'd like to bring your knees down to the mat for the next Chaturanga, you are always welcome. From this point out, if you're a level 1, take the modified Chaturangas. Finding that 5th breath on the down dog with the weight behind the fingertips. Finding our forward fold. Looking up to lengthen. Down to bow. Lifting up tall. Lift as tall as you can grow. Maybe coming up on the tippy toes. Let's bend the knees. Finding our chair. We're going to begin our Sun Salutation beats. We have 5 of these. Exhaling to fold forward. Stepping, hopping, or floating your way back into our plank. Squeezing the mat between your hands as we lower down, trying to maintain our rhythm. Finding our downward facing dog. Paddling the feet until the left heel is flat. Grace the mat with that left foot. Lift the right foot as high as you can. And we're going to step it forward between hands. Lifting up. Finding our warrior 1. Spinning back heel. A little bit out. Bending into that front knee until it tracks just over the second toe. Finding our shoulders square. The core pulling the ribs in. You can look forward or look up at your thumbs. Squeezing those hands together, the elbows behind the ears, shoulders down to the hips. The back muscle engages. Finding this every time we hit our warrior 1. We're going to fold down. Step back. Chaturanga Dandasana. Finding our cobra. Maybe an up dog. And back into our down dog. Pedaling out those feet. Opposite foot comes flat. Left foot up. Lift it. Weight on the back foot as you step forwards. Pivot that heel. A little bit in, toes a little bit out. Square the hips, square the shoulders, open the heart. Squeeze the hands overhead. Pulling those feet together. Warrior one, Virabhadrasana one. Bowing as we fold forwards. Listening to the hip. And stepping back. Taking another chaturanga. And your back bend of choice. Back to our downward facing dog. Pedaling out. And step, hop, or float to the top of the mat. Bowing, bending the knees, bending our chair. Keeping those hips low. Feeling the core pull in. We'll inhale and lift up. Growing a little taller. Hands can come to our heart. Lifting up from pushing the weight underneath the feet. The more weight you put into the feet, the taller you grow from the top of your head. Lengthening the body. Hands come overhead. Finding our chair pose, Utkatasana. We're going to begin the rest of our Sun Salutation bead. Moving a little quicker. Each inhale is a motion. Each exhale is a motion. Finding a rhythm that your body likes and maintaining that pace. Pedaling the feet, left foot flat, right forwards. Warrior one. And get one breath in our warrior one to find that pose, find everything engaged here. And we'll lower down. Take the next chaturanga. Right foot comes flat. Left foot raises and steps forwards. Warrior one. Finding the core and the shoulders and back engage. And then pulling down. To take our chaturanga. Finding our downward facing dog. Pedal out the feet. Shortening the stance. Bending the knees. Weighting the hands as we step or hop forwards. Inhaling to look. Lengthen and bow. Bending the knees. Chair pose. Bring our hands to our heart. Stand as tall as we can. Inhale the hands up. Finding our chair pose. Half chair, squatting a little bit deeper. Seeing how you feel with those shoulders on the back. Between a straight line between the outer arms and the back. And the core, pull everything in as we bow forwards. Bring the hands, bringing feet. Finding your chaturanga dandasana. And meeting me in our downward facing dog. Pedaling up the feet. Alright, left foot flat, right foot forwards. Warrior one. You can experiment a little bit with your stance and try to find, if you like, a little bit of a shorter stance or a longer stance for this practice for you today. Meeting me in dog, right foot comes flat, left foot comes forwards. Pull the hips, square the shoulders on the back, core and ribs pull in, arms come up, squeeze together overhead. Feel everything, all the strength in your back, pull in. And we'll bow. Lowering down, chaturanga.
Meeting me in down dog. Weight comes onto the fingertips, behind the knuckles. Step or float or hop. Find your way to the top of the mat. Bending the knees, finding our chair. Hands come back to heart. Standing tall, finding our position. Inhaling to reach up. Bending the knees, chair pose. Core pulls in, shoulders on back. Keeping the hips kind of as low as they can go and holding that while we bow. And lift the hips up. Maybe adding your handstand after the third vinyasa. Find your back bend. You're gonna meet me in the down dog. Squeezing those hands together behind our back, maybe looking up. See the belly button for a moment. Really feel those shoulders engage. You're gonna lift the right foot high as we can. Step it forwards. Warrior one. Finding the form. What we do is bow. Stepping back. Starting to really find the rhythm. It's almost starting to happen automatically. And that's a beautiful thing when you find that state. When you do, don't forget when you step the left foot forwards, you are gracing the earth with your beautiful foot. And the earth is gracing you with the opportunity to stand. Placing your hands on the mat, stepping back. Another chaturanga. Finding our dog. Paddling out the feet, squeezing those hands together. Step, float, or hop. Bowing, bending the knees, finding our chair pose. Hands come to our heart. Taking a moment, if you need to find the breath, to find your strength. Filling yourself with oxygen, let's lift up. We're almost there. Bowing forwards. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to bow. Weight into the hands, step, hop, or float. Maybe taking your handstand of any variation. Plank pose. Exhale down to Chaturanga Dandasana. Pulling the heart forwards. Low cobra. Up dog. And pushing back into our downward facing dog. Paddling out the feet. Left foot comes flat, the right foot raises. Step it forwards between the hands. Gracing the mat and the earth with your posture as you stand here. Feeling how that feels to engage everything through the side body and maintaining that while we bow, framing the foot, stepping back. Chaturanga Dandasana. Taking our cobra, up dog, Urdhva Mukha Shavasana, downward facing dog, paddling up those feet, left foot raises, left foot steps forwards, warrior one, find your stance, find your hips and shoulders, feel the core as you raise those hands above you and squeeze them, try to straighten those elbows behind the ears. Squeezing the feet together, feeling everything in the core. Don't let these ribs pop out. We're going to bow forwards. Stepping our left foot back. Flat back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Urdhva Mukha Shavasana. Pedaling up the feet. Weight comes onto the hands, bend the knees, step, hop, or float to the top of the mat. Inhaling to look up. Exhaling to bow. And rising up, growing tall. Lifting yourself up as tall as you can. Growing an inch taller than you've been yet today. We're going to bend the knees, find our chair pose. Our final sun salutation beat. We're keeping these very simple, with very few modifications. If you'd like an advanced sun salutation beat with lots of modifications, you can check out my other video below. For now, let's see if we can finish this final one with our perfect form from Dandasana, from our staff pose. Lowering down, chaturanga. Heart pulls forward into our low cobra. Pelvis lifts up into our upward facing dog. And we're going to push back into downward facing dog, feeling the shoulders probably firing up through the arms right now. The sun is glowing within us. Left heel comes flat, right heel rises and steps forwards. Finding our warrior one. Noticing the pace of the breath, trying to keep our breath deep and consistent in rhythm. Lowering down. Stepping that foot back. Chaturanga Dandasana. On your cobra. The upward facing dog. And the downward facing dog. Pedaling the feet. Right foot flat, left foot raises. We step the left foot forwards between the hands. Rising up, hips and shoulders on the back. Squaring the heart forward, squeezing the feet together. Arms grow tall. Shoulders behind the ears. Squeezing the hands together overhead. Straightening those elbows. Feeling the body energized with electricity flowing through us. We're going to lower down. Slowly. Bring our hands to the mat, stepping that left foot back. Our final plank pose. Let's slow it down for a moment and make this chaturanga really count. Very slow, very intentional. Maybe we can hover an inch above the mat and hold it here. You can always come to your forearms if you prefer that. I like to hold my chaturanga dandasana all the way. And we can pull the heart through, finding our low cobra. Find a tall cobra. Feeling the back bend as we pull the heart forwards. Let's go back down to a low cobra. Lift all the way up to a tall cobra. Find our upward facing dog with all 10 toenails on the mat. So lift the tailbone. We're going to push the tailbone behind us. Downward facing dog. Taking 5 breaths here as you feel the shoulder blades. And that's outside the arms. The weight between the fingertips and the knuckles. Pedaling up the feet. Shortening the stance. Step, hop, or float. Holding the crow when you get here, if you can hold the crow. If not, meeting me in a squat. From our squat, we'll find our chair pose. Lifting up. Shoulder blades all the way on the back, squeezing those hands together in the bow a little bit. Half chair. I said no modifications, but it just might feel nice to add an extra moment in the chair. Kind of rush through the chairs today. Bouncing the hips. Breathing. Feeling how good it feels just to breathe. We're going to lift up tall. Bring our hands to our heart. Release the hands to the sides. Taking a moment. Bring our legs a little bit wide and try our windmill. Snapping the shoulders and the kidney behind our back. Doing that, loosen up the shoulders. Taking a moment. Feet come back together. We're going to find our hands behind our back and roll out those shoulders. That should feel pretty good right about now. Maybe we can bend the knees, bow. Breathing into the fold. Let's release the hands down. Finding our squat. I always feel good taking a long crow pose after solid 10 sun salutations. I feel that it helps me to find my balance. You can join me here or find a seat for our little moment as we contemplate how it feels to have 2 feet and to be grateful for 2 feet. We don't have to walk around on our hands all day, every day. Our feet that carry us everywhere. How great it is to have you. I will not take these little things for granted. Find our seat and take this moment to be proud of yourself for sticking through this practice. This is technically just the warm-up to Sun Salutation. If you'd like to continue that practice, you can see some of my other videos below. If this is all the time that you have today, this is a pretty engaging warm-up, these Sun Salutations, and so thank you for joining us today. Take this moment to be proud of yourself for sticking through it, being here through all the energy, everything we cultivated here today together, feeling how you have that power over your form and your life when you practice yoga. It gives you that locus of control. No matter how many or few chaturangas you can practice, there's something that you can do, and to work on that is just a very powerful thing. Yogi.